Was at the time my sons were going to a very expensive private school, and they were coming home with, they had iPads, they had laptops, they had everything, but they still couldn't write a story. So I sort of thought, well, what are they doing with these computers? So my passion then became helping kids get better, literacy skills using the computer, as opposed to just, tapping around on Google. And really that was the intention there. It was called Makebook back then. We got kids online writing stories, and we'd paste all their stories together into a book, and it was called Makebook. And, they could sort of build a portfolio of stuff. And this is going back like 7 years. So it was a bit novel back then. But then we started to understand more about the education industry. And it's not about what you do, it's about how you fit into their ecosystem. And so we were sort of clashing with the ecosystem. We were asking kids to step out into a platform called Makebook, where teachers didn't really know and didn't want to know really about how that system could help them, because they had their own literacy programs that they were running. We were trying to do something else. We thought scaffolding was the big answer. I still think, in many ways, we had all the right equipment. We just didn't have the package that fitted into the ecosystem of a school. So risk management, right? So pivot. We decided to get into teaching and learning because the administration systems in a school are huge, they're sticky, they last forever, and they're boring. And I just come from a whole bunch of corporate systems. I didn't want to do anything that was kind of like back office in a school. I wanted to be in the front office with kids and computers and all this sort of thing. So we pivoted again, and we decided that the next opportunity that was coming up in schools was using computers, interactively with students to gather data. It's all about data. Okay, to me, it was always about data, so that you can have 20 kids tapping away on your screen having a great time, but what's the leave behind? The leave behind is they still don't know what they're doing, and data will reinforce that to somebody. So we started building out adaptive formative assessment platform. So we built the platform with Makebook. We then changed our name to Literatu because we were really after this literacy improvement environment, and then we started putting the formative, adaptive, we started really machine learning and AI about 5 years ago. So we'd get all of the diagnostic data from schools, we would model it, we'd understand where kids had deficiencies, and we would then help teachers deliver specialised or customised formative content to each of these students. So, you walk into a classroom and the first thing you can't understand real quick is there's a standard deviation of learning that's about this big. And the teacher at the front is teaching year 9, and at one end of the spectrum, she's got a year 12 student. And at the other end of the spectrum, she's got a whole bunch of year 5 kids. And she has to deliver a year 9 curriculum to a broad range of learners. And you've lost half, you've bored, half are bored, half are lost. And the middle team seems to be the ones that get the average marks. So that's what makes up a classroom. If you look, every time you look at data, you can see that straight away. So the teachers are incredibly challenged with that, but they have to deliver KLAs. So we thought, okay, let's keep delivering the KLAs, but we'll run in background and say, send that guy home with some work that's appropriate for him, and send that one over there home with some work that would extend them.